Hey guys, welcome back, and let's have a look and see what we're gonna get from this FOMC just now. Alright, so I think the one thing I wanted to just check quickly and just check in with is we've got these equal highs here. This is an hourly chart, and we've got some equal lows down here, and this is, I mean, these lows are equal. It's not 100% equal, but it aligns with that equal lows there. And then we've got this fair value gap here with this one spike in it, but has not closed that inefficiency or the gap or whatever you want to call it. So I don't know if we're going to see aggressive, spike up first and then come down to, I mean, this is hourly, so I don't know what it's going to look like. But those are the liquidity on a higher time frame, and then obviously we'll bounce back here on the 1 minute. As you guys can see, we managed to reach our targets from earlier and just going sideways here. So we'll wait and see. We're not going to preempt anything here. And that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to open it, and I mean, we still got 10 minutes left, so there's not much I'm going to do or talk about now. I think let's just wait for the FOMC at 2 o'clock and then see what it sets out for us to trade. Yeah. Alright, so feel free to pop some questions in the comments if you want me to look at something or talk about something in the meantime in this 10 minutes while we wait. And then if there's nothing specific, then we'll just basically wait for 10 minutes. There's nothing now that I can talk through. I mean, here's an example. I'll show you guys why that liquidity there is so strong, and let me give you, so you can see there's this fair value gap, right? Alright, I'll just make it blue. When this fair value gap formed, let's shift it up a bit, making sure everybody can see it. Alright, so when this fair value gap formed, there was a spike in there, but it's barely in the top, the top 20% of this big gap. So there's liquidity right there, and then at some point, I mean, this market comes down and full majority of this gap. It doesn't have to fill the whole gap. As long as it does 80% of this blue box, then it can bounce again. So that is basically what I'm looking for on the hourly, where we've got that one spike in and the rest is still open. So price to come down and fill that gap, or a big portion of that gap. Alright, so that was just an example. I'm going to take this off. And now we just have to sit tight and see what's coming for us. Nothing to do yet. Oh, so the other thing I wanted to so this is still the target. I know this 2290 was the target from earlier. I mean, I'm gonna keep that as a target, as that is still the target. We've got 5 minutes to go here. Let's just, while we wait, pop into a daily quickly. Well, let's look for hourly quick. I mean, 4 hourly is still showing all the sell side here. So I don't know what's going to happen now, and I don't know if now is going to be the trigger for a bigger move. I mean, we could see this jump down and then just rally up. That red line is all-time highs, so we in a consolidation want to see some sort of manipulation before you see the move. And if you actually take this, that fair value gap lines off at 50%, so if you want to go higher, you want to see price come at least into that fair value gap that we've marked out there. Right, we got 4 minutes to go. Alright, so where do you guys think we're going to go first? Up or down? It's a bit hard to say because we've made a high, we made a low, we made a high, we made a low, we made a high. So what does that mean? That means we're taking highs and lows out on both sides, and there's no real direction there. I mean, if we were just taking lows and nothing on the highs, I would most probably lean towards going higher. But we've taken all the short-term liquidities out here. That's that lowest taken. 250. That's also taken. So it's really a gamble's game as to where market's going to go. I'm sure there's people out there that would say they know exactly where the market was going. I'm also very eager to say I've got no clue. I just know there's liquidity on both sides, and we want to see that. We want the market to tell us first or show us its hand, and then we'll just follow in that. Alright, so we've got 1 minute left. Alright, 1 minute. Might see some volatility in the 10 seconds to go, and then big move. Or we're going to sit here in anticipation and get nothing. Let's see if I can. I think this thing is gonna drop down. If it wants to go higher, I want to see some downward move. But let's see. All right, here we go. So much for nothing yet. the speaker is late. I don't know. Nothing much is happening right now. Right, so that candle did not give us anything to shout about. Now we just need to see which way it's going. Now there's unemployment claims tomorrow, so maybe we get a better move tomorrow. All I know is we've got some good liquidity on both sides, and let's see if we get some sort of move in the next 5 minutes. One thing that could get things to move around is we got your president speaking at 5 p.m. So that's not a candle I would jump into. Probably best just to keep an eye and see if there's anything eventful that's gonna unfold here. At this point in time, I don't see anything that stands out yet, so we'll just sit back and watch. Sorry, I just want to look at the hourly quick. You can't trade this because there's a swing high and a possible swing low. So you don't know which high or low to follow here. And yeah, so it's just manipulating people on both sides, so we might finish off in the range and then tomorrow do some funny stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark these highs and lows out and go back to 1 minute and see. Alright, so that's the range. Okay, so why am I putting a sell stop there? I think if we're going to go through this low of this white candle, because it's two black candles, a white, and if we break down lower now, we might go for this swing, this candle's low. I know it's a small profit, but might even go down to this low. I just don't know, and we between these two lines we above 50%, so that makes it more inclined for me to come down to this level. But if we're not taking it out, then that's fine, then I'll just let it be. Okay, so now we're in the trade. Now it would be good for us to see some sort of momentum down. Let's see how this candle closes here. This week is just below the 50%, so I'm expecting this to go down. If we want to go sideways, take a short here, see that as a swing high, and this to push price lower to at least to this low, and maybe jigsaw in the middle. If it closes below this swing point here, if it closes below this line, we could potentially see price going lower down here. $246. Come on, let's see if you want to push lower. Sure you want to get to that 50% mark. Hopefully you go down first before you stop me out. The other thing that I'm seeing here, I see a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low. I would expect a lower high here and then go work its way down. If I'm correct with that trend liquidity. Then when you're down here, you can work your way back up to take all those liquidities. seeing that we're in a range here. I want to see this as a swing point and push price below this. To create like a trend line type of thing. I think today's AM and PM has done a lot of work on both sides of the market currently to collect positions to give some sort of a manipulation tomorrow and then move and then close. I don't know if it's going to be ultimate highs or where it's going to close this week. Alright, so I want to see a candle now go lower, taking these lows out. Still look pretty sideways for me now. Yeah, it's pretty crappy price action. Pretty dumb trade, to be honest. Okay, and see, there we go. We're out. This could be a false move, and we could see a pull back into this range to go lower. I mean, it's all tiny candles, not really gaps. There's a gap here, and we literally in that gap now. If you really want to look at it like this, where support, breakthrough, resistance. Now it's all about what's going to happen here. Taking this high out. Okay, let's see if it wants. If this comes down, it's always going to run this high first. Okay, well, if it wants to go there, it's going to test this again. Remember, anything below this orange box, we're still bearish. And that's that hourly high. So we've already used this to run both sides. Maybe, I don't even know if this is going to be some sort of manipulation to go lower. This could just crash right to the top. These are your breakout traders from the hourly candle that will take this on a test. I mean, hourly was here. Yeah. Remember, if it opens here and you want to go high, you want to see the manipulation down first. We didn't see that here. Alright, consolidation straight up. Maybe that is the move, and then we get a breakdown. If we invert this, Let's see if that's going to be the case here. Pretty close to that 50% level. If this thing collapsed now and close below this, I would look to sell it down to here. If it doesn't, then so be it. Okay, so we on candle 3 now. When price is stuck between a IFEG and a fair value gap, you gotta wait for price to either go through it and go for whatever target, or reject the one and break through the other one, test it and go the opposite direction. Remember what I said in the other, previous live streams. If this is a liquidity here and you see big candles push through it, you want to see a pretty quick reversal if that was a stop hunt. If it goes up and it takes 200 candles up here, that's not a stop hunt per se. That could be a continuation if you're in a trend. If it then invert, I would be very reluctant to take it. And the reason for that is if you want to manipulate the market in a direction, you want to see a pullback very quickly and inverse. Because what that means is it induces people to go long. And as they jump in, you want to pull back the other side to put them in drawdown as quickly as possible so they can't get out. If price move in a direction and it meander there for a long time, I mean, that just gives people the opportunity to get out at a small loss, right? So try to keep that in mind whenever you look for liquidity that gets run, like this one here. Down, all black candles, black, and then suddenly a big black candle. This is where everybody thinks I'm missing out. They jump in, the very next candle went black and everyone's now I'm still right, and then boom, and there we go. Everybody's in drawdown, people are too scared to climb out, and that's where they max out their drawdowns and lose a lot of money. I mean, if you see there's a lot of candles here, you think, oh, I missed the boat, try to buy here. The problem is that's a new high. This thing could go boom, big one, pull back and inverse a fair value gap here to break it down into here and then down. See, that's a big white candle. People think they're missing out. People think this is the breakout. I mean, it could quite easily be, but here it picks up people, a lot of people. So this could easily turn around and go down here. or this could just continue. So let's see what this candle does. If it goes above there, then probably going to go higher. Don't know. Depends on how much money the market wants to collect, wants to bring into that move. Again, guys, this fair value gap here, we didn't even get to the 50% here, so there's a lot of untapped business down here still. If we get us like this is a swing low that formed in here. 3 candles. The middle candle's low is lower than the 2 candles either side of it. That is like a swing low. So you could have bought there and target the high. So we want to see a swing low form here as well, because then you know we can target that high again. See, this fair value gap is under the 50%, so that's a good place to buy. But you want to see the next candle do something like this. Leave that as the swing low. But then again, guys, we leave all this untapped business. That's the majority of this fair value gap, which means we could see a push up and then a big spike down here and then continue higher. Here's a fair value gap here, there's highs there, so that's a little swing there. If you enter there, I mean, drawdown is almost nothing all the way to that high, equal highs, and then tap it out. See this come lower in here in that fair value gap. Like that, into that 50% there. Alright, so another thing is when you see a swing low form, just to show you guys, this middle candle, this candle that is higher than the middle one, it breaks through it, close below it, and come back, form an opposite swing low. That's a bullish type of pattern to go down. So in this case, we inverted this, So which makes me believe that we might go up a bit and then continue lower, possibly. But for me to look at something there, I mean, we're in this fair value gap, so I won't just jump at it. We invert it here. Question is, what are we going to do with this fair value gap? If we do the same invert there, then I'll say yes. Okay, so now I'm going to target down here. But remember, we're outside of the swing point, and like we said, on the hourly was starting here or here. Up manipulation, then come down and then move down and come back and consolidate. And let me explain it a little bit differently. Let me see. Explain it like this. If you look at these candles, a candle opens, it manipulates, it moves, pulls back, and it consolidates. That's the same what the hourly is doing. Let's go to an hourly quick so I can show you. Alright, so it opened there. Okay, so there was a little bit of manipulation down there, came up, and now, yeah, we'll have to see. I didn't realize there was this move down already, because I thought this was the move up and then close below it, or in, you know, something to that effect. But I mean, this could only be, it could also just be a manipulation to go lower. Alright, let's see if this thing is going to give us a swing high. Then at least we can target this low. But see how this low, this push down, stop right in its tracks at that 50% of this fair value gap. That's algorithmic right there. And we inverted this. This would be a nice place for someone who don't really understand to just sell here. We say okay, we're good in this scenario. Alright, so here we can see some sort of a push, but I don't know if I want to risk a short here yet. I mean, it's not the nicest short on that swing point to short here, but just stop there and target this low. Promise you guys, following swing points, swing highs, swing lows type of thing has kept me out of trouble before. I mean, if you're really into these scalps, I mean, that's where your entry would have been there. Your stop would have been there. And you would have targeted this low. So that's a 3.25 to 1. And you would have at least gained profit. I mean, you could easily take a 2 to 1 on these trades. I mean, here's one here. Just to show you guys, if you had to buy it there, because take it down there, just a 2 to 1 is about there. And those are quick, that's 1 minute trades. I mean, that's the quickest 2 to 1 that you can get. But again, you got to use it in the right context. See the swing high here, this swing low, so that's a swing low, and that's a lot higher than this one. If we go above this, then we might target these highs here, and you'll see if we're going to get through it. Okay, so there you took that out. So if we come back now and form a new swing low, that would be a catalyst to send it up to these highs here. And only because we got a low here, a high, a higher low, a higher high, we can get a higher low here, and then take it wherever they want it. I mean, this thing is inverting all different angles and sides, so that's also not worth trading. Okay, so now we've got a high here, got a low here. Show you this. That 50% is right here, so it would be great to see this candle come down and form some sort of a swing low in this area, and to take price higher, and then you can target these highs. So there's the swing low, there's the swing high. Now we want to see black candles here. Okay, so let's mark these things out so you can have an idea where you want to see it happen. Okay, funny thing is, this is like on that IFEG 50%. We're targeting this area here, provided that stays the high. It doesn't go higher. Sometimes, guys, you'll get a black candle, just moves higher, just moves higher. It's also fine, then you don't have to participate in that. But if we get a nice black candles and form a swing low here, that would be a nice entry to buy and take it higher. See, we made new highs. So this 50% I'm going to leave there because it slightly moves up. And it's pretty equal highs now, as you can see. EQH, either just gonna run it like now, yeah. Remember, there's equal highs up here. Alright, so if it's higher lows, let's have a look at this. If you bought there and put your stop there, you would target 221, right? There's 221 right there. 221, another trade. So there was one. There was one. This is too wide, and here was one. So there's already 621. If you just in this period here, if you take those 3 trades, you would have had 61, no problem. I mean, here's another swing low. Okay, so you would have entered there, put your stop there, and you would mark 221 there. See if we actually get to 221 here. One thing you should be careful of when you take these type of swing points and is these fair value gaps underneath it. Price could quite easily jump and fill those gaps, spike everybody out and form a bigger swing point and then run higher. But why this is bullish, here we've closed above the swing point here, we went above it, so I mean that swing should hold, although that swing point to up here, that is so in premium and you shouldn't buy in a premium area. You should wait for price to come into a discount and then try to buy it. And this is probably what it's going to do now. It's a great example. Okay, so that would have been a loss. Alright, so now we're running into this fair value gap here. And remember what we said, want to go and discount. And you take this low here, you take that high there. That's your discount, so if you see something here, and then you can target that high. Let's try the next trade and see if we're right. So this is a swing point here. If we close there, then I'll take a trade here, put my stop there and mark out 221, and then we'll see. Okay, let's do this. Market buy. Okay, so we took the trade. So we put a stop loss down here. Alright, let's mark this out. Okay, so let's do that. That is what? Alright, so that is so then we've got it like that. Okay, so let's see if this is a swing point here. Let's take this off. If this stays a swing point here and we take this out, then we might target these. Just 50% here. Remember guys, this is just us doing some journaling work here, so it's always good to this is probably going to take this low out. I'll tell you why. Because we form a swing point, we took out and closed below the swing point, we pull back, formed another swing point, and that would have been your entry, that would have been your stop, and that is your 221, is right there. This candle closed down, then there's a good chance we'll get there. And the reason is this candle take out and close below that low. This candle's closing below this low. Could see a pullback, but not taking this swing point out. Remember that IFG 50% that we spoke about? See how it's holding that 50% there. See if we want to actually get that push down, yeah. Look guys, one thing I can tell you, this is not the type of price action you want to get caught up with, because yeah, I think today's one of those days that will just, you know, kill you. I'll promise you tomorrow will be a better day. Monday was a public holiday. Tuesday was acceleration in a direction and then come back from it. Today it's FOMC, nothing really happens, just running buy side and sell side all over. And then tomorrow is unemployment. So hopefully we get some nice setup tomorrow and Friday. Okay, so what's key here now is this to become a swing point and the next candle not to take that high out. Okay, so it's taking it out, so obviously this is just gonna take that high out and then send price higher. And then again we're still in the pattern. There's a low, a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then you could expect to take this high out, or at least a manipulation to be there, or continuation and breakthrough, and we can actually take that trade before it runs there. And I'm just going to close it, and I'll tell you why, because I was going to target that but it went too quick, and because it's so quick it could be just manipulation to reverse on you. So I'll be fine to be out of that trade quickly, because we just took those highs, and if that black candle closed lower, that's a swing point. Then we could see price come all the way down to take all these lows out. Okay, so we run that and we've done this. Left a fair value gap here. We've run liquidity. We could see this candle either go higher or come down and smash and invert this. That would be a nice sell for me to target these lows, but let's see what that candle does first. Okay, if this white candle closes above that black candle, that's a buy. And we'll see price going higher. Those are equal highs there. So maybe that's where we want to go to. See if that's where we want to go to. Why am I taking this trade? Well, there's a fair value gap here. The swing point is forming in there. We closed above this black candle's high and we spiked through the low. So that's a manipulation, that's the momentum, and we just closed above this high. Therefore I think we might come back into this black candle and then push higher. If it comes down, stop me out, and it's also fine. Then it's one of those days where we're going to keep taking highs and lows out before it actually get to those bigger targets. And yeah, I think if you see days like this, best way is just to sit on your hands and not do anything, and so you don't get caught up with these silly moves. Good to see this as a swing point and this close higher. Come on, I know you want to go higher. I mean, the other thing is why price is struggling here. We're right on the top end of this bigger inverted fair value gap from the hourly. So if we punch through it, we might see a big move up and then come back down in here, or just gradually do what it wants to do to get there. But normally when something gets inverted, let's use something like here, there's momentum out. Momentum out. Small candles, but white. And there's another. This is not inverted. See, too many candles taking to get there. If it's only a few candles, there's momentum. So what I'm trying to say is we're on the top of this bigger inverted fair value gap, which we're inverting now again. So some sort of a consolidation and then boom, some sort of momentum behind it. I don't know if we're going to go there right now. Maybe when Trump speaks, you guys will see it. I won't be around to see it, but maybe that's what it's waiting for. I don't know what it's waiting for. Maybe tomorrow only, or maybe in Asia or in London tomorrow we'll see decent moves. Okay, so there's the turnaround. Obviously we'll be out of that trade and see this candle spiked up through it, making people believe, like I said, we're going there, and then boom, take people out. And now it will most probably still continue there, because if we get another candle closing, not taking this low out, it most probably will go higher. Unless we go and we close below this low and we invert here, then we might come down to these lows here. And we'll leave those equal highs for maybe tomorrow. Okay, let's see what this candle wants to do. Okay, so it doesn't close below that, no inversion. Okay, now we want to see this low stay intact and just close up to the upper body of this candle. If we close above the open, that's even better. There. Let's take it. these lows here. I mean, it could come up and test this fair value gap, which is now an inverted fair value gap. I promise you guys, tomorrow and Friday we'll see better price movement, better entries, and all of those good stuff. Okay, so in this fair value gap we have a swing low. We spike through it, we close below it, and now I'm sure we'll go and take this low out. If we do that, we'll go for these lows here. Okay, so this fair value gap, we've gone through the 50%. We might want to go lower, or if we invert this, then obviously there's some further downside. But for now, this low and this low is what I'm targeting. So in here there's no fair value gaps for price to go back. We invert it here, there's a gap here, that could be the breakaway gap to send price lower. And just below this swing point here, there's a little, what you call these gaps, get your fair value gap, but there's another gap there. So there's liquidity below that swing point, what I'm trying to say. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll move our stop to break even. If it decides to return, then that's also fine then. Okay, so we need to watch this gap now, because you want to see it slice through it. Okay, so we haven't gone there yet. We want to see price slice through this blue fair value gap for price to go lower. We don't want to see a bounce in there. Why would you not push down? Just go down. Go push through it, do it and through it. Alright, so we formed a new swing high here, so hopefully that holds price, send us down to that 264 level. See if we want to slice through this 272s. Don't bounce, slice through, yeah, don't bounce, slice through it. Alright, so this bounce is not going to be good for us because we might come back up here, or we can slice through it first, but then we must slice through it now. Stop making bouncing jokes. Alright, so see if we can hold to that. Come on, punch through it. Hey man, so close. Okay, there we go. We're down through it. We saw it from here. We took it down there. So 1980, we $10 down. Alright, so we took a bunch of losses here, and because we managed the risk, we get one good trade. We down 10. We were up 1980 in the AM session. We're down $10, so pretty much break even. Alright, let's see what it wants to do. I'm gonna take all this blocks and stuff off now. Let's just go down here. So this low is a target at 50%, and then then the low down here. But I'm not gonna sit around for that, to be honest. I think this price action has been dreadful today. That's a nice test into that fair value gap to send price lower. And just to show you guys what I'm talking about, it's this one here. See how we almost test that 50%, and then but I would not take a trade here because we're in a bigger fair value gap. For us to go low, we need to invert this, and it's not worth taking any scalps to there from there. Alright, let's see. Okay, I think we're gonna go lower. Maybe I should squeeze in another scalp here. Okay, let's try it. Alright, let's see if it wants to go down to here. Let's take 700. Okay, let's see. Alright, so we've got this IFEG here. This fair value gap is also holding price. And now it would be good to see some sort of consolidation, manipulation, push through. Alright, so this I would move $100. That's my stop there, which is fine. I can actually reduce it further. Okay, the minute we take these lows out, I'll be at break even. It spikes through there, but it's fine, it's $100. See how that fair value gap is holding price, which is good. Not too shabby. Alright, let's see if we can get that push down. 3:15. No, not up, down. If price is going to go down from here, you'll see you got like so many opportunities to sell, and you formed a swing high there, you come down. Let's see this. You've gone above the 50% already to sell, but maybe there's more business you want to take there. Maybe if I draw it there, it will stop price. Yeah, if it's going to take me out, it must take me out, that's fine. Literally just missed my... Okay, there I'm out. Alright, I'm not taking any further trades, so obviously this session has been a little bit of a loss. $110 loss. We haven't blown the account yet. It's a 50,000 account. You only have to make $3,000 to get funded, and that's what I'm gonna do. Today was a bit tough, but it's fine. $1,800 we're up. Let's see what we can do tomorrow and get funded in this account. So obviously this is a paper trade account, so it's not financial advice or anything like that. So, alright, so I don't think I'm going to carry on here. I'm going to call it quits for today. Price has not been the greatest, but be rest assured tomorrow is going to be a much better day, or Friday. So be ready for tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good day. Alright, thanks for the support, guys, and I'll chat to you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.